Welcome to the deep dive. We all talk about quality of life, but measuring it, especially for people living with dementia, that's a profound challenge. So today, we're digging into how researchers developed a really important tool, DEMQOL, specifically to assess health-related quality of life, HRQoL, for individuals with dementia. Our source is a pretty comprehensive paper from Health Technology Assessment. Okay, let's unpack this.
Okay.
Our mission is to understand how this, highly rigorous tool was created and what it tells us.
Absolutely. And it's crucial because, there was such a critical need. Dementia involves irreversible decline, and the impact, personal, social, economics, it's huge. On individuals, families, the NHS, before DEMQOL, trying to reliably capture that complex, deeply personal experience, that was a major, major hurdle for improving care.
Right, so given those immense challenges,
Yeah.
memory, communication, judgment issues, how do they even start trying to measure something so subjective?
That's exactly the core problem, isn't it? Traditional self-reports, they just rely so heavily on some. Sure. They found, for instance, people often struggled with varying timeframes and questions. So they standardized it. Everything became about the last week, much simpler, and question phrasing too. They simplified the stems, moving to things like, how worried have you been about, which is much clearer, more direct. And this is really revealing they changed the response options. They moved to an intensity rating. A lot, quite a bit, a little, not at all. Why? Because they found people were interpreting feeling-based scales, like good, bad, very literally. Someone might say, well, I haven't felt anything about it.
Wow, that's fascinating. That literal interpretation, it really makes you stop and think about how we even ask about feelings, doesn't it? Especially when communication itself is a barrier. Okay, so after all that refinement, what were the final tools? And how are they meant to be used?
It resulted in two distinct, properly validated versions. There's the 28-item DEMQOL, that's for self-report, for people with mild to moderate dementia, generally an MMSE score of 10 or more. And then there's the 31-item DEMQOL proxy. This one's for carers to report. And importantly, it shows real promise for use even when dementia is severe. MMSE below 10, where self-reporting just isn't feasible anymore.
Right, and here's a really interesting bit. You mentioned the research found only a moderate correlation between what the person said and what their carer said. What does that tell us?
It's a key insight. It tells us they genuinely offer different but complementary perspectives. The person's own lived experience might not perfectly match the carer's observation, and both views are valid, both are important. So it's not a flaw, it's a finding. The strong recommendation, therefore, is to use both measures together whenever you can. You get a much richer sort of dual perspective that way. Just one. It's an incomplete picture.
Okay, connecting this to the bigger picture then. How do these rigorously developed measures actually make a difference? How do they influence decision-making bodies, impact care on the ground?
Oh, absolutely. This isn't just stuck in academia. It directly shapes real-world care. These measures inform crucial bodies here in the UK, like NICE, the National Institute for Clinical Excellence, and the National Screening Committee, the NSC. By providing solid, evidence-based data on quality of life, which wasn't really available before in this reliable way, DEMQOL and DEMQOL proxy help raise standards of care within the NHS. It gives them a tool to measure impact.
So to sum up, a huge achievement, really. Two reliable UK-specific tools for assessing something incredibly important, quality of life, in people with dementia.
Exactly. And the research doesn't stop there. Future work is planned to confirm findings in other groups, see how well the measures pick up changes over time, look at specific subgroups, use in economic evaluations, and develop population norms, too.
It really makes you think. If even these gold standard methods show us that understanding quality of life in dementia is so complex, so multifaceted, needing both the person's view and the carer's view, what does that tell you, our listener, about the depth and individuality needed when we think about assessing well-being for any of us? Something to ponder. Keep that curiosity going until our next deep dive.